Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. My name is Kanar, and here on my channel, all we do is talk about guitar gear, music in general, and everything in between. So if you're a fan of that, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future uploads. In today's video, we're simply talking about strings and why I love flat-wound strings. Now, for me, there's three things that are important when it comes to strings, and that would be tone, feel, and longevity. And these particular flat-wound strings, they cover all three bases that I talked about, and especially longevity, but I'll get back to that in a minute. Now, first of all, let's talk about tone, because that's really, really important when it comes to guitar playing, or any instrument for that matter. But with a tactile instrument like guitar, where everything kind of makes a difference, the strings are super important, and I always kind of struggled to get that tone in my head that I had with regular old round-wound strings. I mean, I really enjoy those strings as well. Most of my guitars actually have round-wound strings, but my two main guitars at the moment, which is this beautiful Maybach Texonian, which is based on a Blackguard telecaster, and that Eastman T484 right there, they have these flat wound strings because they help me get that tone in my head that I have. The way I would describe the sound of flat wound strings is, I want to say woody. It has this nice little punch in like the low mids, and that kind of frequency gives me that response that I need from the guitar to play the way I want to play. And it's definitely not for everything. A lot of people like sustain. A lot of people like that brightness that you get from round-wound strings, which is perfectly fine. I enjoy that as well. But again, for the thing that I want to do, I think this is the perfect kind of string for me. So if you're into that natural woody kind of sound from your guitar, I would definitely recommend you try out some flat-wound strings. These particular strings right here are the Tomastic JS11 Infelds, and in my opinion, I don't think you can get any better flat-wound strings out there. This is not a paid video. I bought these strings like full price, completely normal from the guitar store, but I am such a big fan of these strings. I really, really like them. And the feel of these strings is also super special. They're really smooth. There's absolutely zero string noise, which I quite enjoy. And as I said, they feel very smooth since they're flat wound. and it kind of makes me feel like I can play a bit faster, I can be more precise, especially with the 11th set. It just gives me that kind of like, I don't know, safety net to fall into that tension and into that feel. Now, a major selling point for these strings, at least for me, is how long they last and the fact that I don't have to change them that often. It's incredible. I mean, you won't believe it, but these strings on this guitar, on this particular one, I've had them since, I want to say, beginning of December of 2024, and now we're almost in October 2025. So it's really a long time for me to have these strings, and I have super sweaty hands, so as soon as I grab a guitar, the strings tend to get rusty. But not with these. Again, there's no rigids, there's no space for like dirt to build up and eventually rust the strings. So, and they don't go out of tune very quickly. They intonate perfectly even after this long time of using them. And I've played this guitar quite a lot. So the only thing that I do with this set of strings is I only change the high and B string, because those are normal guitar strings and they're eventually gonna rust, especially with my hands. So what I do is I only change these two strings, and whenever I change them, I try to stretch them out quite a lot so that they can dull down a little bit to match the rest of the set. And another thing that is really cool about these strings, which is kind of an extra, is that they change the tone without having to compromise for intonation and tuning. Their tone kind of changes and it becomes a bit darker, it becomes a bit duller, which I personally enjoy. I mean, if there's like a set of strings that would sound and feel like these Flatwounds right out the box, like right when you open up the package, I'd probably buy those. But at the same time, I really like the experience of, you know, dulling down these strings and getting to that tone. It doesn't take long for me. As I said, I really have very sweaty fingers, so it really doesn't take a long time. But when you first put the strings on, they are a bit brighter than they are right now. I mean, well, we can test it out with my Eastman. Those strings have been there for the past 2 weeks, I think, and they've still dulled down a little bit, but then you can definitely hear, or at least feel in the room, they're a bit more brighter. There's a bit more life into them. So let's play the Eastman for a couple of minutes and see if we can hear any difference. I mean, obviously it's a completely different guitar, different scale length. It's a hollow body. It has humbuckers on, where this is just a normal old Telecaster, but it'll be cool to just hear it for a couple of minutes. I definitely feel like these sound a bit brighter and feel a bit brighter. And I think in a week or so, they're going to sound exactly the same as on the Telecaster. And I really dig that. So, but I can already feel that the high E and B string are definitely getting a bit rusty. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to change these two strings. As I said, I'm going to stretch them a bit more than I usually do. It also helps with tuning stability a bit better. And they just dull down and kind of match the rest of the set. So yeah, I mean, if you like what you're hearing and if you can relate to my kind of playing and to the tones that I'm getting, you should definitely do yourself a favor and check out some Flatwound strings. And in my opinion, if you want the best of the best, you go for the Tomastic Infeld strings, and you can't go wrong with that. Again, this is not a paid video. I have no affiliation whatsoever with Tomastic, although it would really be cool to have that because they make the strings in Vienna, and I also live in Austria, so that's a cool thing. I also want to mention that for today's video, I'm running through my absolute favorite amp, the Tube Workshop Single 6. I just adore that amp, and it's like one of the best amps I've ever played in my life. And I'm playing it through my pedal board as well, which consists of, this is my small pedal board that I have here. It's just a Polytune, the JHS Morning Glory, which is like an always on pedal for me. The beautiful and super versatile Line 6 DL4 delay, which I also use as a looper quite a lot. And last but not least, the J-Rocket Boeing Spring Reverb. And that chord progression loop kind of thing was inspired by Adam Levy from one of his most recent YouTube videos, where he explains how you can determine for yourself which level of guitarist you are. I definitely check that video out. There's a lot of really nice nuggets in it. So check out Adam Levy on YouTube, and you won't be disappointed. With that out of the way, I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please make sure to leave a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel, because that really helps a lot. Also leave a comment so that we can activate the algorithm, because it's definitely trying to punish me at the moment for not uploading that much. So please help me out here, and I'll see you with the next one. Until then, stay safe and have a good one. Bye-bye.